Your Music exclusive.
I grew up like a savage.
And at that time, you had properties and other shit going, right?
Yeah. Had your first house at 22.
Yep, I think it was around 22.
But see, this is game you getting, or like a lot of us had folks that had property, but a lot of niggas wasn't soaking up. It's like everything that's happening we see now is in a sped up form of what we used to see, right?
But you got to listen though.
Right.
See, I listened. I'm gonna give you a quick story of how my first piece of property took place, and it started with me listening. So back then, I told you I bought my bike, my first Harley, before it was a helmet law. Mm-hmm. I wrecked the bike. So when I wrecked the bike, it wasn't no hard like now. It wasn't Harley Davidson shops. It wasn't. You couldn't go if you wanted a Harley, you had to get it from Milwaukee,
right? Or
you had to get it used. But you know what I mean? So I didn't know where to go, where to even start. Getting parts, paint, nothing. I go to the Dragons, I holler at Quentin. I tell him, I say, man, I just wrecked my bike. I don't know where to, I want to get it fixed. You got a spot for me. So Quentin went and got his 454 truck out the Mexican interior shop right there across the street.
Yeah, the interior, huh?
They was getting ready to work on it. They hadn't started. And he said, okay, well I'm going to bring it back. I need to use it right quick. I got in the car with Quentin. We drove to my mama's house on Wells Street. We put the bike on the back of the truck, strapped him down, and we rode to Livermore. That whole ride to Livermore, he was just giving me game. He was just like, man, I see you coming around the Dragons. You know what I mean? You got cars and motorcycles and all this bullshit. He was like, but you need to get you something they don't make no more of. And that's some earth. He's like, man, when I was your age, I had 2 houses and I bought my mama a flower store. And so that always stuck in my mind while the bike was in the shop in Livermore getting fixed.
Okay.
So when they fixed the bike and I got it back, I paid the money, got it out the shop. I sold the bike to Kurt.
Okay.
Same one he sold, Mexican Mike. I sold the bike to Kurt, and then I had a Buick before they was scrapers. Like this was like one of them when me and Boobie Hooker was kind of first start putting chrome rims and Vogues on 98s and all that. Because we was driving scrape. It wasn't a scraper. It was a D-boy undercar.
Right.
Because it didn't have rims.
Right.
So you go to Grand Auto, you buy the fake little mobile phone antenna, put it in the center of the window, and you take a suit coat and you just hang it on the back hanger. And you put your seatbelt on, and you felt like you was looking square.
Good. Yeah.
You know what I mean? But so that's when that transition first started. I had got a Buick and I put some chrome rims and Vogues on it. And so it was kind of a new look. Like, damn, this shit look crazy. This is clean. But my engine went out. So I sold that car to Ray Ray from Sabrani, sold the bike to Kurt, and then my uncle, Double R father, hollered at me and was like, hey, I got somebody who got a house and the loan is assumable. So we like, okay, the loan is assumable. I'm like, what that mean? He's like, so he gave me the game. He said, man, look, dude want X amount of dollars. He'll keep the loan in his name, but he'll put you on the deed. And if he put you on the deed, then he can't do nothing with the house without you signing off. Then we made a deal with the guy that the coupons that you paid a loan with, since they were still in his name, he said, I'm going to transfer the address on the coupons to go straight to you. So you don't got to call me every time to try to pay the rent or wonder if I'm paying it. So you're going to get the coupons, you own the deed, I keep the loan in my name for 2 years. After 2 years, you need to get my uncle, well, he didn't say that, but my uncle told me, so now you got 2 years to get your life right. So when it's time for you to get this house out his name, you will be in position. Okay. So he was like, go buy a car, pay some notes, go buy your little gold chain from Crescent Jewelers, pay notes, and go to Bank of America, get him $1,500 and tell him you want to secure a Visa with a $1,500 limit. Go grocery shop and buy shoes, clothes, whatever on that Visa.
He told you about a secure card in 91?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
Keep
crazy
going.
right there.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So so that's how that, so it took for me to sacrifice and come home and sell my bike and my car. And I, you know what I mean? Because I knew I was sacrificing for a greater good because I took that money to buy a house.
Yeah.
So, and you know what I mean? Shit, after that, when it was time in 2 years for me to refi, and the guy was like, okay, it's been 2 years, you need to get the house out of my name. I go to the bank and sit down with the lady so we could do all of the paperwork. And she says, okay, you're approved, all of the stuff. And then she said, well, do you want to take some money out? And I'm like, take money out? What's that?
What that mean?
What do you mean take money out? Like how much money? So she did the 75% loan to value or 85% loan to value, whatever it was at that time. She was like, well, you got enough room to take about $100,000 out, and you still got enough equity in the house that you need in the house. So it's we got collateral.
Right.
So of course I was like 100.
At age what? 22, 23?
She gave me the 100. Well, the bank gave me the 100,000. With the 100,000, I bought a 96 SS Impala, and then I bought another house on my mama block.
On Wells Street.
On Wells
Same
Street.
Process assumable?
No, that was because now my credit was good.
Okay, now you was able to get it.
Now my credit was good, all this, you know what I mean? And back then, just like now, I mean, the houses over there at that time, like, I hate to even say it and sound stupid saying it.
Was that 80?
Man, they was like 110, 120.
Oh, still 80.
So for me to go in and put 60, 70,000 down, I mean, shit, you didn't have to have good credit because they saying they want you to fuck up. We'll take the house and take your 70.
Yes.
And then resell it.
Absolutely. Damn, that's crazy, man.
So then after that 2-year ordeal, shit, I just kept doing that every 2 years.
So this whole time, when all this other shit going on, we seeing you as a rapper, we seeing you in all these different capacities. You mean to tell me Vidal was a real estate mogul too, already?
At that time.
Well, I mean, I wasn't.
You was. I mean, nigga in 91, the 50-year-old niggas didn't have that game that came out of the game.
Right.
That if you came out of the dope game, you didn't have that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, it was like old men with that kind of game. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody had that game to know how to do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because if you look at it like this is something that's applicable to these young boys' lives right now, right? If we tell the story and they see the whole highlight reel of you and see a lot of your peers, niggas went through some bumps and bruises to get where you was at 22. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm talking about niggas is learning how to flip houses now.
Right.
Just learning that. Niggas
you know what I'm saying? Like, you've been doing this shit for a long time, so some 22-year-old niggas don't think they can do it because, shit, they granddaddies ain't never did it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah. Well, see, you know what I mean? Like, my grandmother, she owned Miss T's.
Right.
So she bought that in 1968 when the Dragons was a fruit stand.
Okay.
Damn.
They didn't even exist.
Damn.
Well, not the club did. The building.
The building.
They didn't have that building.
Yeah.
Pops bought his house. Like what a lot of people don't know, and when we voting, people don't pay real close attention to. The youngsters don't. But Pops bought his house in 1977. Mm-hmm. Probably $1.5 million house right now. He bought it in 1977. So do you know what Proposition 13 is?
Yeah.
13.
Yeah.
No, what is it?
Proposition 13 is if you bought your house before 1978 and you never refied, pulled no money out of nothing, that your taxes stay 1% of that house for perpetuity, for the rest of your life.
I learned that 5 years ago with my grandmother's house. When like she passed and everybody was thinking about selling the house, somebody gave me some game and said, if you let this house leave your family, nobody in your family will be paying these kind of taxes on a house again. So none of the anybody buy a house, you ain't gonna never be paying this low taxes ever.
Yeah. So he bought his house back then in '77 for like 40 something. So his only
Can you hear that on the headphone?
Yeah.
his only bill
No, what? Hear what?
Okay.
No, I can't hear that.
his only bill for the for his house for the year is $400 and something.
That's fucking
That's
crazy.
ill.
That's crazy.
That's ill.
On a house that's worth more than $1 million.
That's fucking crazy.
That's ill.
For the year. So he's like so he like $34 a month.
Yeah. Easy.
It's about
peasy.
$34 a month.
My uncle, my great uncle, my grandma and brother, who the house I was just talking about, he still got a lot of property, maybe 7, 8, but he still got like the old Flints.
Okay.
He still got like just shit around. You know what I mean? And-
old Flint's upstairs.
Yeah,
that was my spot
the
when I
shit.
was at East Side High.
Yeah.
I was
That
really
was-
Flint's about 2-3 years ago.
Yeah,
Down
man.
there.
Yeah, man. I've been trying to get a hold of them because that would be a you know one thing they up me on with all the barbecue spots is I learned this from the Everett and Jones people that the difference is all of them don't have pits.
Flint's got a pit.
Got a pit.
As soon as you
Old
walked
school
in,
pit.
as soon as
Yeah.
you used to walk in, you seen
Seen
them.
that?
They was
Throwing that shit.
For real.
Hey, we used to have so many of them motherfucking links, man. So yeah, like getting off priority because y'all didn't get along with the label, right? I mean, not get along, but y'all didn't see eye to eye with the label, and y'all let them know bosses will be bosses.
No, we just told them we was cool.
Yeah, but
We
I'm
was
saying
unhappy.
the respond is, I mean, the response career wise is the album.
Yeah, that's the answer.
Bosses will be bosses,
Period.
and which was a great album, and Master P ends up on the album.
Right.
Hard ass song.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Let me see. What was the other features on there?
Bosses?
Yeah.
Shit, man. We had Mac 10.
Mac 10.
Yuck Mouth. Young Bleed.
And is this starting because it was the loaded album, right? But I'm saying, did all of this shit start as an album that probably would have been on priority?
Of course.
So y'all working on it. Y'all worked on this with they budget.
We working our mojo and wiggling. Like, man, if y'all don't want to, okay.
Yeah. Yo, we got these songs.
All
though.
right.
Yeah. So did y'all did y'all get the slide with the event advance?
Yeah, I mean, they give you that up top.
Yeah, but I'm saying they never wanted nothing back from y'all.
No,
No.
they give you that. You know, that's a write off for these.
Yeah,
labels.
yeah.
They don't care about
They
that
ain't
shit.
give a fuck about that.
Yeah,
shit.
they sign groups knowing they ain't gonna put them out. Mm-hmm. Group all happy, hella juice, getting renting limousines and shit. Like they don't know, nigga. You just a write off, nigga.
Right. Write your ass off.
I don't know if you seen it, but
Niggas celebrating, going to get tattoos and everything.
Right.
Like nigga, you fucking your life
Y'all
up.
ain't never going
All
nowhere.
Bay Music just did a top 30. Did you see it?
No,
For YouTube streams of all time, and y'all was 25.
huh?
Yeah, y'all was number 25 all time YouTube streams. That's pretty big for somebody that ain't been pushing the YouTube line.
Wow.
And
That's crazy,
most of
huh?
y'all
Yeah,
niggas
for-
was out
for-
before
yeah, that's-
streaming existed.
I looked at that shit. It was like the niggas after y'all was like, and you know, a lot of these young niggas, it was crazy. Like when I look at that, so you know that's the impact y'all had because it's how a lot of people from that generation is finding the music again.
Right.
Like, no, I want to listen to this specific songs. Is it any of it that ain't on streaming services?
Nah, I think all of them is where you got Alleyway, Out of Control. I don't think Big Moves.
Big Moves might not be on there.
Yeah, Big Moves.
Yeah, and I just found out today that I didn't find it out today, but I inquired about it, like because they did this with somebody recently, but some people replayed their music again, recorded it, and now they own it. So like I was
somebody they doing
Yeah,
it now.
yeah.
Ashanti's doing
Ashanti did it. Yeah, she re-recorded. Vanilla Ice did it too, and his version is bigger than the old Ice Ice Baby. So you know what I'm saying? We might have
What
to
you mean?
get
It blew
grab
up
big
harder?
numbers. Yeah, it did more streams than the old Ice Ice Baby.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's cool too. So so getting to the, you know, we talked about the delinquents. We talked about, you know, and just again, man, y'all, I brought up that top 30 because again, impact.
Right.
We got publications right now talking, and y'all don't do no press. Like y'all ain't
Nothing.
around. Nobody even see y'all. Like,
Right.
You got to know you niggas. Like,
Right.
like you really got to know these niggas. Like,
nigga like Kaiser Sose and shit.
hey, before you got the Instagram, niggas sending you messages on other niggas' page. Like, hey,
Right.
tell V, I
Tell V, I
said,
said, you seen-
tell him his partner, man, we went to Lockwood summer school together.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
What
You know?
made you go ahead and do the page? What,
The book.
The book.
for the press run. That was
I gotta, yeah. I
that's
mean,
the only way you was
yeah,
gonna reach the
yeah.
masses.
That's the only way. I mean, if you gotta adapt. But before the book, I wasn't selling nothing,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so I had no reason to be on it. You know what I mean?
When
But you know what was me and my partner talked about it, and I say, man, it feel good to know that everything that I've posted on there is shit in my phone. Before I had an Instagram. I said, so what makes me feel good is to be able to put stuff on Instagram, all of these people like it and look at it, and for me to know that I didn't go do none of this for Instagram. So if it's that easy, I
Exactly.
just show you how I live
Exactly.
normally. Like
didn't
y'all
do it
put
for
a
the
lot of
gram.
energy into this.
Hey, V, I don't know if you know, man, but you kind of like a big deal. You know what I'm saying?
You're a big
I
deal. You're
don't
a
know
big
if you
deal.
know, man, but like, man, like I don't know because, like, you know, one thing I can say is I appreciate motherfuckers never doing no flaw shit in public.
Right.
That's big. It hurt my heart to see people I looked up to do crazy shit, bro. Like it fucks me up. Like
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you always been a saucy nigga and always been a solid nigga. Like you the same nigga as back in the day. It ain't really no different. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like nigga never been much of a just a flosser. Everything spoke for itself. Like nigga
Right.
was just
Right.
a cool nigga. You
You
know
didn't
what I'm
have
saying?
to brag about it because
Yeah.
it was just new.
And I mean, but did you even know when you was rapping? Because I'm not even sure you knew. Did you know your cadence and the way you was rapping is super tight? Did you even know, like, or you just was doing you?
Nah, I was just doing me.
Because you a real hip hop fan. Like you
Yeah.
like super rhymes type nigga.
Yeah, no, I was just doing me. Just like I never, you know, even just like the old Fame Media, he asked us about Cell Block. Like, I put ourselves, I was like, man, we was like third string. Like, we wasn't, you know what I mean? Because we wasn't rappers.
Yeah.
We wasn't like, ooh, nigga, I'm coming hella tight.
Yeah.
We finna go, like,
But
You
I
never modeled after nobody?
nah.
I always say this: rappers have a weakness,
Oh.
in my opinion. Right? If I was a A&R,
Right.
the weakness is the A&R part of them picking the wrong music. I
Right.
think one of the greatest niggas ever at this is Rick Ross.
Yeah.
Rick Ross, who if he has help or whatever's going on with the niggas that actually pick the music,
He selects, yeah. He has
it's great music,
phenomenal
and then
selection.
he actually delivers on it, right? But I don't believe that music would be for everybody, but he's picking it for himself.
but it's not to change the subject. It's the same subject, but a little off. I was listening to Rick Ross. I like Rick Ross a lot. But when I was listening to Rick Ross, I said, how much of success comes from your voice, the way your voice sound? Because it's crazy you mentioned that, because I was truly riding the other day and I thought to myself, I said, if MC Shadi was saying these same lyrics, would I like this song?
You wouldn't.
No.
So that tells you that his voice. So I think when you
Voice
got
is
when
an
you got a
instrument anyway.
when you got a dope voice in the instrument, you don't even have to get as intricate as everybody get.
The voice is
You can
right.
say something
Anyway.
so
Right.
motherfucking
Right.
simple,
You're right. You're right.
and it sound clean in the motherfucker.
They all blue. I'm just trying to stay racked up like you.
Put an 8 in a 1 and do magic. Tryna stretch hair on like elastic. Eco-friendly drug dealer, I don't waste no plastic. Use all 4 corners of that baggie. All I ever wanted was a bankroll. So I pull up on Champ before the bank close. Say no to stank hoes and stank clothes. No paramedic pimpin', nigga, we don't save hoes. Yeah, rest in peace to Lil' M. My